Hey guys, what's up? So, first things first, I know there is the ring light glare in my glasses. I've tried everything and it won't go away. So, just do your best to just ignore it because I most definitely am myself. But how's it going? It has been a minute since I've posted, mainly because of COVID, and I've been literally working nonstop, plus just tons of like anxiety making my next video. But I finally had the courage to do it again, which is super cool for definitely me because I need the motivation. And also, what I'm very excited to be doing is part 2 of my record collection. Now, the first time I did it, I wanted to do every single one of my all-time favorite albums, my to me what I consider to be the greatest albums of all time to me. And if you want to go ahead and watch that, the link will be down below in the description. But today I will be doing basically what I call like the records that are I wouldn't consider my all-time favorites, but I still love in general. And a lot of these are like gonna be a few rare collectibles. A good variation of them are colored records, and I don't know. I've been buying records over the past few months, and I've been like, should I start the video now? But then I get another one coming in, and now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I am good to go, and my next record it won't be here till like December because it's coming from Japan. So I'm like, this is a good time to do another record haul, and this is a really great collection. I am so proud of my record collection, and I'm just so excited to show you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so here's how we're gonna do this video. Basically, just like my last video, I'm gonna split this video into 3 parts. The first one, I'm gonna show you basically my standard records that are black and not gatefold. And then part 2 is going to be all of my gatefold black. And then part 3 is gonna be all of my colored vinyls. And yeah, I know it's pronounced vinyls. I don't give a shit. I call it vinyls. But basically, if you want to skip to like certain sections, those timestamps will also be in the description and also in the comments for people on mobile. So without further ado, we are ready to start this. Okay, so for the first record, it is The Doors. And I'm purposely gonna hold these records like in an angle so that way you're not gonna get like that whole glare. But yeah, this is The Doors, and here is the back. Next, we have considered one of the most basic classic records you could ever own, but it's a classic for a reason, and that is, of course, the Beatles' Abbey Road. And this edition is the 2019 version with the brand new stereo mix, because I figured, you know, if I'm gonna get these old records and, you know, they're like brand new updated, you know, why not get them? Because I'm sure they'll sound even better with the new mix. And here is the back. Courtney Barnett. Sometimes I sit and think, and sometimes I just sit. I discovered her off the Rolling Stone magazine because this album is her debut and it had like 4.5 stars, and I'm like, wow, for a debut album, 4.5 stars, I gotta listen to it. And absolutely love this record so much. Love it. It's so good and it kicks ass. And here is the back. Grizzly Bear. I have no idea. Actually, you know what? I think I discovered them on Spotify back when, in the early days, we'll say probably like 2011, when Spotify was like new and they would suggest artists for you. This band came up and I just love them so much. Here's the front and the back. We are at Gatefold, and I am super excited to show you guys this, so let's do it. I feel like this is a pretty good way to start it out, but we have Beyonce. Love Queen Bee. And this is her 2013 album. And let me tell you a quick story about this. This album, when I didn't really want to get it because I was getting my other records from my all-time favorite list, was everywhere. When it was when I was ready to buy it, this album was nowhere to be found. Nowhere. Like, I literally had to go and sign in on like the Amazon UK version, and I got lucky and I bought the last copy. But like, I've tried searching this on eBay, it's not there. It's not on Amazon as far as like the American site. Maybe on Discogs, but yeah, good luck finding it because now this album is rare. And here is the back. And then let me open this up for you. There it is. Super cool. And here is the booklet inside. It's got a bunch of pictures and stuff. And yeah, there's this little flap here that has the audio card, which surprisingly there was no audio card. And this was like, you know, wrapped up. It does have the visual CD in here, but I don't use CDs and I already have the digital, so I'm good. Rosalia. M.I.A or Kier. Excuse me, but I don't have any idea how to pronounce it. But yeah, M.I.A, Rosalia. And I've been seeing this album talked about for the longest time, and finally when I listened to it, to like the first track, was the first time I ever even heard Rosalia sing, and I literally almost cried because of like how amazing she sounds, and good for her for winning that Grammy for it, both the American and Latin, because it is well deserved. And here is the Gatefold. Even comes with this nice booklet. Super cool. Michael Jackson Bad. For me, I figured Michael had the best ever pop trilogy run with Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad. And I have all three of those on vinyl because those are my favorite. All three are my favorite Michael Jackson records, and I just had to get it. The King of Pop. And here's the back. And here is the inside. Thriller. And just like the Beatles' Abbey Road, this is one of the most basic albums you could buy to be like, oh yeah, I own records. And you got one of these, but it's one of the best for a reason. Here is the back. And here is the inside. Masterpiece. Beach House 7. Love this band so much. I discovered them through being sampled on The Weeknd's House of Balloons project, and I've loved them ever since. They're amazing. Here is the back, and here is the inside. Super trippy, super cool. M.I.A. Manta G. And I know recently she was getting a lot of flack from the Travis Scott fans on the Franchise single because they just weren't a fan of her, but you gotta put some respect on M.I.A. She's one of the best, and Travis knows that, and that was her first ever #1 single, but this album, so good, and even samples The Weeknd in a few tracks. But yeah, this is an amazing album. Here is the back, and here is the inside. The Yeahs, Mosquito, and this is probably one of the most insane album covers that I probably have, but I just love it so much. And this is it. In the back, with the Mosquito and the band. And here is the inside. Try to show you guys without that annoying glare. Beastie Boys, Hello Nasty. I have all the 90s albums from the Beastie Boys because I felt like that was just the era where they just were just on one. Love this record so much. And here's the back. And check your head. Love this album so much. It's when they started to get more into playing their instruments instead of kind of just not all samples, but you know, a mixture of instruments and samples. So good. And here is the back. The Weeknd, Echoes of Silence. Now, earlier when I was talking about the Beyonce record, you know, being there, and then all of a sudden it just wasn't, that was the case for this record, but it was weird, like I was able to get it, and then probably a month later, because I was just randomly cruising eBay and Amazon, all gone, all sold out everywhere, and I have no idea why this record ended up becoming as hard as it did, and I think it's still sold out everywhere. And I bought this in like May. Who knows why this randomly became a collectible, but this album's fantastic, and I have the first two, House of Balloons and Thursday, that's posted in my all-time greatest albums, and I just had a complete trilogy. I just had to. And here is the back. And the inner gatefold sucks because it's literally just all black, and I feel like that was kind of lame to me. And this is one of my absolute rare records, and that is J Balvin and Bad Bunny, Oasis. And I cannot understand Spanish for the love of my life, but I can feel the music inside, and these guys are the best. And I really wish I had bought this album when it came out, because this album became impossible to get after release. Like, I had to go to Discogs and pick it up, and just putting it out there, this is the most expensive record that I ever purchased out of any of them, including the ones I'm gonna continue showing you after this one. But this cost me about $215 because you cannot find this anywhere. Like, this album is basically considered out of print, and I had to get it, and now I have a collectible. And here's the back, and here is the gatefold. And now for the last of my black record gatefold. I saved the best for last, and every day I still cannot believe that I even own this record, because this is one of the most rare records that I own. And I'll say it again, I cannot believe I own this, but Selena, Dreaming of You, the Selena. No, not Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez was named after the OG Selena. And I cannot believe I own this record. Like, I had to search high and low. I got lucky, extremely lucky, and I found it on Amazon. And apparently this came from like out of country. I think this came from like, where'd it come from? I think it was like the UK or Germany, one of those. But yeah, this is the 2016 remaster, and I don't know why, but for some reason, like, Selena records are just not around. Like, they're near impossible to get. I mean, they're never regularly sold anywhere, even in America, and I have no idea how a remaster was able to get out there, but it did, and I am lucky to own this. I love Selena so much. She's the first time I listened to Latin music, and I will cherish this record forever. And here is the back. And here is the inside. Okay, the time has come for my colored record section. And if you guys made it through the entire video, thank you so much. And even for the people who clicked on the video and just skipped right to the colored records, you're not going to be disappointed because this is going to be amazing. So, here we go. So, Margot Price. This is how rumors get started. She's one of my all-time favorite country artists, and I love her so much. And this is the back, and let's show you the gold record. Look at this. So cool. Ooh. Joy Division Closer, the 40th anniversary edition on crystal clear vinyl. Love Joy Division. Rest in peace to Ian. Masterpiece of a record. And here's the back. Here is the crystal clear record. And just an FYI, clear records are my absolute favorite. I wish all records were just this, because I think the clear has just such a beautiful texture to it, and the black is just standard and boring to me, but you can't beat clear. Charlie Brown Christmas. The Vince Guaraldi trio, I think that's how you say it, but either way, absolute classic. The special is amazing, and so is the music, so I had to get it. Here's the back, and this is the only Christmas record that I own, but I felt like the music is just so perfect and amazing that you can listen to it any time of the year because it's just that good. And here is the green record. Solange, When I Get Home. And I said this in my previous record collection, I'll say it again in this one, but if your record collection does not have an album by a soulful black woman, is it really a good collection? Probably not. Here's the front, and here is the back, and this also is on my favorite clear vinyl. Sleeve. Here is the clear record itself. Super amazing, and Solange is 100% underrated and deserves a whole lot more respect. Frank Ocean, and this is blonde, and on here it says Deluxe Edition, and that is because this is the bootleg vinyl, because his retail is extremely rare and people are selling it for over $500, and I'm not buying it. So I went ahead and went to this website called Rollin Rex, ROLLINRECS.com, and every time they restock it, this album, it basically goes, but it's called Deluxe Edition because, as you see on the back here, it's got all these bonus tracks right here. It's got Mitsubishi Sony. It's got Chanel featuring A$AP Rocky. And then Biking featuring Jay-Z and Tyler the Creator. And the people who pressed it put all the tracks in to make it, like a nice deluxe. But the difference between the bootleg and the real one is the real one is on black, but the bootleg is colored, which I love. So check this out. It is on hazy yellow vinyl. Look at this. So cool. I will gladly take the Frank Ocean bootleg or the real one any day just because it's colored. Endless. I always personally felt like out of all the Frank records, this is my favorite one because it's just super chill and it has such a low-key vibe to it. And this also is the bootleg version because the real one, of course, is hell expensive, which I cannot afford or really care to buy. But this is from the same place from the previous one I just told you about, and it is also a clear record. And here is the back, and here it is. Clear record. Super cool. Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. I mean, what else can I say about it? It's a classic, but it's also colored, and the best thing is too, it is clear again, and the next two records are gonna be clear as well, just heads up. But yeah, I honestly, the only reason I got it was it was at Walmart, and Walmart has the clear edition, so I'm like, all right, why not? It's it's clear, might as well get it. And here is the back, and here we are. Clear record. Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. Lizzo, Cause I Love You. Such an amazing record. So good. And more people need to hear it instead of just, yeah, I'm sure you heard Truth Hurts and what's the other one? Good as Hell. But yeah, this one is fantastic, and I got it at Urban Outfitters. And there's the back, and here it is. Drake. If you're reading this, it's too late. This is my all-time favorite project by him. Even though it's a mixtape, it feels as good as an album, and I got this from Roland Rex, same as the Frank Oceans, because it came in colored, and it is just such a good project. And here's the back, and here is the record. Super cool. Okay, everybody, now it really gets to be fun, because now we're at the colored record Gatefold edition. Bad Bunny X100 Pre. And yeah, actually this is how the album cover looks, but if you're like positioning it, I guess this is how it kind of stands out, and that's how it opens. But Bad Bunny is the first ever actual Latin artist that I got a record for, and love Bad Bunny so much. Really hoping his second album will become on vinyl too. It hasn't as of the recording of this video, but hope so, because I'm a huge fan of him. Saw him at concert last year. Absolutely adore him. Now, for the Gatefold, especially how this is positioned, I gotta do this the right way. So, hopefully you guys can see. But yeah, this is how it looks, and he's like at this pinball machine. I'll zoom it, put it right here. There you go. so you guys can see. And there we go. Look at that. I don't even know what color to even call this, but it's so cool. Look at it swirl. Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City. First time I heard this record, out of any artist I love, I said, this guy is gonna someday go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I know I'm right because it's definitely gonna happen. Here's the back, here's the inside. Such a good album. Love K. Dot. Euphoria by Labyrinth. Such a good score for such an amazing show. Love it so much. And here is the back. Love Zendaya. Shout out to her. I'm sorry. Emmy winner Zendaya because of this show, which I was going to riot the streets if she didn't win. So it's a good thing she did win. And here is the inside from the last scene of the first season. Here it is on purple. Super cool. Some country. We got Dixie Chicks, now known as the Chicks, but when they had all this, made to order, they changed their name, so that's why it doesn't say the Chicks. But yeah, Gaslighter. I've listened to probably a few songs by the Dixie Chicks, but when this album dropped, their first since like 2006, like right when I finished listening to it, I immediately went to the Target and bought this record because it is so good. And I'm not even that big on country, but real recognizes real. And here's the back. Here is the sleeve. It has the lyrics on the back of it. And yeah, here it is. Super nice. Casey Musgraves, Golden Hour. Decided to get this for my birthday this year, and what a smart decision on my behalf because I love Casey and I love this record. And here's the back. And it's pressed on, of course, my favorite, Clear, which I'm sure you've seen a lot of and you're probably gonna see again. The Weekend After Hours Deluxe Edition, signed by The Weeknd himself. So basically, I had bought the original regular colored copy of After Hours, and he posted saying, oh, he's got the signed deluxe, but then we weren't sure if that was gonna have the remix or the bonus tracks. So people literally didn't know until Lily arrived at the door, and thankfully it had the bonus tracks on it. And what I did is I went ahead and just said screw it. I bought on eBay and it was worth it. But here's what's also special about this is I actually have a regular copy, and what I did is I went ahead and combined the special color to make it a multicolored record, which you'll see in a second what I mean. Is the inside. And now for the multicolor, check this out. This is what I did. I got the black splatter from Urban Outfitters, and here it is. Actually, first, here's like the sleeve. It's in this plastic. So for the side, for the disc one, I used the black, because it looks super cool. Oh yeah, super rad. And here is disc 2, and this is the official disc 2 because it has the bonus tracks and it came in the red splatter. So yeah, I thought it'd be cool to have it, you know, multicolored. So now, in a sense, it makes it more of a rare collectible because now I have the deluxe signed and it's multicolored. So I made a way of, you know, the value to be much higher than usual. Kid Cruel, 6 feet beneath the moon. Archie, man, he has a voice like no other. Love this guy. And here is the back. Is the gatefold. Here it is. King Cruel. Beach House Devotion. This is from an exclusive from the Vinyl Me Please website, or I think it's just Vinyl Me. I don't know. You can Google it, but yeah, this is colored. Love them so much. Here's the back. Is the inside. And here is the record. Pretty nice. The 1975 Notes on a Conditional Form. This record is extremely unique because it's like cardboard. And apparently it's made out of recyclable material, and this is the only record that I have that's like it, and super cool. And here it is. Here is the inside. And here's the jacket. And I purposely bought this on clear because I just felt it looked much cooler than like the neon color. Plus, you guys already know my obsession of clear records. And here it is. Mr. J Balvin, Vibras. Now let me tell you something. This record is extremely hard to find. I literally could not find this record anywhere, and it wasn't even on Discogs. And usually they had, you know, keep track of rare records, but this was not on there. Not on eBay. I got very lucky, very lucky, and found it on Amazon. And it's it was basically the last record available, and I bought it. And this record is to be considered out of print, and if it does get reissued, it's going to be an extremely long time before it does. So this is a rare collectible that I have. And here's the back. And also something really cool about this album is it's actually purposely multicolored. And that's kind of what inspired me to make my own multicolor for the Weekend After Hours album, was because of this. And here is the inside. Now, let me show you the first disc. Here is the sleeve. And the first disc is straight up orange. That was super cool. And this one is surprisingly on clear. Which I thought was super random because I've never seen a record purposely come like multicolored the way it did. But yeah, this is super unique and it's extremely rare, and I'm so lucky I have it. The Back to the Future trilogy. Oh yeah. Love these movies so much. So incredible. One of my favorite all-time movies, and I just had to get the score and check out the album art. So this is for Back to the Future 1. Super cool Marty McFly jamming out on the clock. And here is the back. And I'm only gonna show the record, the color record once, because it's like the same for Back to the Future 1 and 2. So, but also here's the gatefold. And that is the clock tower. Here is the record. Super cool. Yeah, and it is the same for Back to the Future 2. Super cool. Here is Back to the Future 2. So good. And here's the front. And here is the back. And then here is the clock tower again. It's supposed to be when they travel to 2015 or something like that. Is Back to the Future Part 3. Here's the front. And here's the back. And here is the clock tower when they were like in the 1800s. Check it out. Super rad. The Fugees. The score. Got this one at Target. It's like hazy clear vinyl. Super cool. Love this album. Still cannot believe Lauryn Hill was like 20, 21 when she made this record. She sounded like she had been doing this for like 30 years. Here is the back. And here is the inside. And it's like smoke hazy. There you go. I can kind of tilt this so you can see the little haze. Super cool. Billie Eilish, When We Fall Asleep. Where do we go? Love this album. I feel like a lot of people kind of just listen to the singles and were like, I don't know about her, lyrics too dark, whatever. But if you really listen to the lyrics, she's really speaking some stuff. So shout out to Billy and Phineas. Here's the back. And inside is the lyrics. Special glow in the dark. Super cool. Alright, and next we have 1975 self-titled debut album. Love this record so much. So good. Here's the back. And here is the inside. Here is example of like the sleeve, and it's got these pictures and like the lyrics are written on it. And it is on clear vinyl. And I guess in America, like clear is like the standard for this specific album because I've never seen it in black. Harry Styles, Fine Line. Now this album, and why I'm showing it is this is the first time that I ever bought an album, like a record, the day it came out. The reason why I bought this record is because I'm a huge Harry Styles fan, love his music, and I trust him wholeheartedly that, you know, whatever he drops is just gonna be amazing. And it felt so good to be able to like buy this digitally and then go to Target and get the album. And here you go. And it came with this massive poster, which I am not fully putting out because I'm lazy. But here's the inside. record is clear with black and white splatter. Super cool. There's like the Coke bottle green version of this, but I always felt like the black and white was just so much cooler looking, so I got this one. This is the final colored record and the final record of this video. And again, I want to thank everyone for watching the whole thing if you did, or even if you just skimmed parts, thank you for watching. But I wanted to save this record for last because this is a super mega ultra rare record that I cannot believe I own, and that is Selena Ones, and this is the 2016 edition. Recently there was like a 2020 version that came with Target, but it's picture disc, and picture discs are notoriously known for like rarely lasting over time, but this is a rarity, and this is also the first album I bought on Discogs, and I bought it pretty cheap in a way, and cheap is like 175 bucks for this, because anywhere else it's going for more than like 250, and this is rare limited edition, as you can see, and I highly doubt they're going to be remaking it looking like this, so I have a rarity on my hands. Love Selena so much. She is just incredible, and this is my first ever and only that I feel like I'll get greatest hits album, because Selena's music is so incredibly rare, like I told you earlier, and it's so hard to get, so I figured why not get this collection that has all of her hits. And here is the inside. Queen Selena, super fire. Got this. Oh my gosh, it's purple. So phenomenal. Still cannot believe I own this record because of how rare it is. But I am the luckiest person in the world. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you again for just viewing. And I know this video is kind of long, but I have a lot of records and I want to show it off, and hopefully you guys can, enjoy the video, maybe see some records that, we have that are both similar, but also make sure to follow, me, and subscribe for more videos. I'm going to do my best to be more active on here, and let me know in the comments, any records that, we have that are similar, or, some of your favorite records. I want to know what your favorite records are. And follow me on all of my socials down below. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you guys on the next one. Bye. Pow.